It's Friday, November the 4th. Today hasn't been exactly the prettiest day we've had all fall, but any day that ends in a Y is always great for football.
Hi, I'm Jeff McCoy. Welcome to Texas Passions.
I'm in Georgetown once again at the Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex to see the Eagles face off against their District 19 5A rival, the Connally Cougars. This is the 8th season for Jason Dean as coach of the Georgetown Eagles. He brings in a team with a 7-2 record overall. They're currently 3rd place in district with a 5-2 record. Jason Cecil is the coach of Connally. He brings in a team with an 8-1 record. They're currently in 2nd place in the district. I've seen both these teams play earlier this season as they were each ground up by the machine that is the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Their performances against Cedar Park aren't a reflection of how good these teams really are. It's been raining the past couple of days here in Central Texas, but it's dried out. Temperatures in the low 70 and it's an overcast sky. Temperature probably won't fall much with the cloud cover. We'll see if weather ends up being a factor in this game. This is the last game of the regular season. Both these teams should make the playoffs, so they'll use tonight to fine-tune things as they get ready for the 2nd season that starts next week. It should be a good one. As I made my way to the stadium tonight, I had a chance to get some barbecue. The teams are going to be wrapping up their pregame prep, so let me take a couple of minutes to show you that barbecue.
I stopped off at Branch BBQ for dinner as I made my way to the stadium. They are located in a little strip shopping center at 1779 Wells Branch Parkway in Austin. Their website says they serve the best barbecue in Central Texas. It also says their Friday special is homemade chicken and dumplings. I had an inkling of what I would find there, but had to check it out for myself just to be sure. The moist brisket I was served had no bark on it, possibly cut off by the young man behind the counter. The meat was not stringy, but sort of just fell apart. On top of that, it really did not have a smoky flavor. Pretty much just cooked meat. The pork ribs were good. They were meaty and tender, the meat easily biting off the bone. Unlike the brisket, the ribs did have a smoky flavor. The sauce was not much more than thin ketchup with no sweetness or spice. The young man who served me was friendly, and the restaurant was very clean. It might be a nice neighborhood place for fast barbecue, but there are any number of joints in Central Texas serving better barbecue. Nana would have liked this place, see episode 8, but I was disappointed. This barbecue fell short of expectations. I can only give it a shaky hook'em. It was an overcast evening as the Eagles entered the stadium in front of their home crowds. The Cougars started the game with the ball and moved into Georgetown territory. They lined up in a double swinging gate formation that spread the Eagle defense. Quarterback Robert Patterson took the snap and ran up the middle to the Georgetown 7. On 4th and 1, he pushed his way into the end zone for the first touchdown of the night. The Eagles answered with a drive of their own. Quarterback Chandler Herman's passing moved the change. Eric Anderson had a big run to the Cougars' 12-yard line. The drive stalled, and the Eagles kicked a 22-yard field goal to make it 7-3. After the kickoff, Connally once again started from their 25. Patterson tossed to Reggie Martin for a big gain. Then ran the ball into Georgetown territory. Patterson found Ernest Musu behind the Eagle defense for a 35-yard touchdown. The extra point made the score 14-3. After a poor kick and an offside penalty against Connally, Georgetown took possession at midfield. Herman threw to Corrales, who worked his way to the Cougars' 8-yard line. As the game moved into the second quarter, Herman connected with Corrales again on a fade route in the back corner of the end zone. The extra point made the score 14-10. Here come the Cougars. Patterson picked up big yardage with his legs. After a holding penalty, Connally was looking at 4th and 12. Patterson threw downfield to Martin, who lateraled the ball to a trailing George Pettis for the first down. Patterson threw to a wide-open Martin on the goal line, but he dropped a sure touchdown. Connally tried a 35-yard field goal, but the kick was no good. The Eagles got the ball back on their 20-yard line after the touchback. On 3rd and 1, they lined up in a wildcat formation. Leggett took the direct snap from center, swept to his left, and ran down the sideline for big yardage. Herman threw to Corrales on a wide receiver screen. He turned it into a 36-yard touchdown. The extra point gave the Eagles their first lead of the night at 17-14. With 3.5 to play before halftime, Connally took possession on their 19. The Eagles had no answer as Patterson picked up huge yardage running the football. Patterson threw a dart to Martin, who spun to his right and outraced the defenders to the end zone. The Cougars went into the locker room, up 17-14 at the half. Georgetown returned the third quarter kickoff to their 35. Eric Anderson moved the chains with a strong run. Chandler Herman connected with Bo Corrales on a slant to the Cougars' 27. Then found him again with a pass to the Connally 2. Anderson plowed into the end zone to make it 21-17. The teams traded possessions. After stopping the Eagles on 4th down, Connally took possession on the Georgetown 45. They picked up good yardage on the ground. Patterson scrambled, then broke up the middle for a 32-yard touchdown run. The Cougars reclaimed the lead at 28-24 with 3:28 left in the third quarter. The teams traded punts. With just over a minute left in the third, the Eagles got the ball on the Cougar 41. Herman dumped the ball to Cade Sill, who rambled down to the 25. Herman threw to Corrales for a first down on the 13, then found Leggett all alone in the end zone for a touchdown. The Eagles went back in front, 31-28. As the game moved into the fourth quarter, the Eagles drove into Connally territory. Herman dropped the snap, but had enough time to find Nick Crombie for a touchdown. The Eagles missed the extra point, so the score stood at 37-28. Connally was unable to sustain any kind of a drive in the fourth quarter. Georgetown bottled up Patterson and prevented him from making any big runs. His passes missed the mark as he was pressured by the Eagles' defense. With over 4.5 left to play, Georgetown took possession. They ran out the clock, and Connally never got the ball back. The 37-28 win gave Georgetown the same record as Connally at 8-2 and moved them into second place in the district. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.